at class number 130. 130 today, which is fun times. So today, Mondays have become yoga for runners. We used to do that on Tuesdays, but now it's Mondays. We moved it to Mondays because Tuesdays is going to be a Zoom session. So I'm going to post the link a little bit later. If you want to join us for the Zoom session tomorrow, you can do that. If you've become a monthly member already, I'm going to send you a link separately. But that will be a paid situation. And I have to just figure out the link, but I'll take care of it and I'll post it later. And we'll be able to have music and it'll be fun. It'll be like a regular class. I'll be able to see you so that we'll be able to have some interaction as opposed to me just talking to a couple machines here. But today is Monday and it's, so we include the Malibu Half Marathon and 5K. For those of you that didn't know this, welcome to those people that are practicing with us in their feed, but also they have gone virtual. So the race typically happens in November. It's a race I look forward to every year. Been doing it for a long time. And I usually do the half marathon. There's a half marathon and 5K. This year, because of the whole pandemic situation, they've gone virtual, like many other races. A lot of races are just being canceled, sadly. But at least you can participate in this. You can participate in it from anywhere. And you could do 5K, you could do the half marathon, or you can do 50 miles for November, which I think is super cool. That's the one I'm gonna do. I'm not running as much these days, distance-wise, but that's just because of the situation we're in and with my family, and it's a lot of work, and we don't have help, so anyway, but I think I'm gonna commit to running 50 miles in November, which is not that far away, so I gotta start training now. That's that. Otherwise, let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to do today our normal flow to get us warmed up a bit, and then we're going to do deep holds. So I put that in quotes because that's kind of what I named the class, deep holds. So we're going to do just forward bends for a long time. We're going to do some hip openers for a long time, maybe some shoulder stuff, but just hold stuff for a longer period of time. Not necessarily harder stuff, but deeper, so kind of for more stretching. So a little bit of a yin style after our warm-up. So let's go ahead and begin. Start with your feet about shoulder distance. Bring the palms together. Close your eyes, relax the shoulders. Start breathing in and out of your nose. First moment or two here. Let those shoulders drop down. Let the top of the head float up. Breath smooth. Set your intention to release stress, to heal, to strengthen, whatever it is for you that makes sense, that adds a deeper meaning to your breath and your movements. Drop the head down over to one side, nice easy stretch. And then switch sides, same thing, easy stretch. Good. Drop the arms, make a few circles with the head, one direction. A few updates. First, all about me. My knee is doing so much better. Yesterday I went through the whole entire day, no cracking the knee at all actually, which is interesting. So I think a lot of the swelling has gone down. I might try to crack it once or twice today, we'll see. But good news is that it's healing, right? So not, of course the fear is, and this might happen to you, shoulder rolls, forward and back, forward and back. Of course something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to have my leg amputated. I have to have surgery. I'm never gonna be able to walk again or run again, or oh my God, the mind is tricky, boys and girls. Opposite direction in those shoulder rolls. You gotta fight that, right? Arms up, interlace the fingertips, turn the palms up, straighten the arms and stretch. Oh, it's a little shoulder stretch. Slight engage in the belly, so don't stick the butt back and sink into the lower back. Keep the abdomen strong. Oh. So that's first thing. Knees good. Back has been good for a long time, so good there. Although Liam woke up around 11:30 last night. Fold to one side, stretch, and put him down. Took me 45 minutes to put the poor guy down. And eventually went back to sleep and slept till 7. That's huge. But I kind of strained my back by putting him down into the crib. Switch sides. It's funny, you know, how these little things you can do. You're just like, what? Are you kidding me? I just put down a 15-pound kid and strained my back. Come on. So anyway, those are the updates. Back is fine. Back is totally fine. Back to the center. Lean back. Take a nice big inhale. Fold down, forward, exhale. Oh, hang forward, breathe. Oh, it's a little bit of a stretch here. And if your legs are tighter, back is tighter, you definitely bend the knees slightly. Grab the elbows. So we're going to hang here for a solid minute. Breathe. Just let the body relax. The breath be smooth. So it should start to become a deeper stretch in the back of the legs and in the back. Allow that to happen. Just let it be good, smooth, even. A few more breaths to our minute. Good. And then you're going to bend the knees a little bit more. Clasp the hands back behind you. Stretch the shoulders here. A few breaths. Good. And then release the arms. Let's roll back up. Abdomen really strong. Slowly rolling back up. Make a few arm circles. One arm. Third kind of announcement, just a reminder that we do this streaming on a donation basis. So if you can, support us, pay for your class, however that works for you. Go to 5pointyoga.com and sign up through Mind Body, switch sides, or you can do a little donation link, which is a $15 suggested donation, which is what the Zoom classes will be, and then, or you can just Venmo me directly. So it helps to keep us moving forward here. It's all very much appreciated, side to side. All right, very good. Back to the center, some sun salutations. We'll do a few rounds, palms together from here. Take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up. Fold down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale, look forward, and then step back to plank. Top of a push-up, hold it here. So these first, 15, 20 minutes really are about warming up the body. It's a full body experience that takes us through, the neck and the shoulders and the arms and the wrists and the midsection, spine, hips, and legs. So just allow for some time to the body to activate a little bit. Push-ups from here, 5 times, lower halfway, chaturanga, press back up. Plank, halfway, chaturanga, push back up. Plank, halfway, chaturanga, push back up. Plank, 2 more. 1 more. Good. Drop to the knees. Cat and cow tilts for the spine, just to make sure your back is okay. I know my back is okay. Inhale, exhale. But it's a good warm up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Back to neutral. Lift the feet side to side. Shoulder and hip together one side, shoulder and hip together other side. It's funny, I got a great readiness score, great sleep score, but I still just felt a little bit tired. I don't know. Maybe just because midnight is late for me to go to bed, so I felt a little groggy. This yoga is going to help. That's for sure. Oh, my cord came out. A couple more times. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Actually, before we do, I've been liking this bird dog. So left leg back, right arm forward, hold it there. Roll the back leg a few times back. Foot there, ankle, and then you can either keep this, if you can reach for that back foot, go ahead and bend the leg, reach back for the foot, and then pull the heel closer to your glute to get the quadricep to stretch first. It just takes a moment, and then go ahead and lift up and breathe. Good. Leg back, arm forward, lift up again, and release it. Same thing, other side, opposite leg, opposite arm. Extend, rolling that back foot. Breathe. Good, and then if you can, reach back for that foot. And see that? Now I can feel. So you felt it in the knee a little bit, but it was not enough to crack it. So that's good news. Very good news. From there, lift it up. So go ahead and lift up a little bit taller. Good. Leg back, arm forward, lift again. Release. Good. Child's pose. Just go to child's pose for a moment. Just going to put this cord back in here. Yeah. I don't know how that fell out. And then from from child's pose to downward facing dog. So go ahead and come on up. Make your way over to downward facing dog. From there, down dog, take a moment. Bend the left leg, push the right heel down, stretch. And breathe into the back of the leg. You should feel that in the back of the calf, back of the knee a little bit, back of the hamstrings. And just hold it. So part of this theme of a deep hold is you get into a stretch and you breathe. Hold it a little more, hold it a little more, hold it a little more. There was a kind of a trend in yoga where everybody was kind of pedaling the feet back and forth, and it just never felt good for me to pedal. Like I'd rather just kind of hold it and go a little bit deeper. Switch sides. So that's a solid 30-second hold on that one side. I feel like that's a little bit better. There's benefit to both, obviously, but it just feels good here. Breathe. Good. One more breath. All right, straightening both legs. Come up on the toes when you're ready. Walk softly to the hands. Halfway up as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up as you inhale. Hands together as you exhale. Sun salutation A. We'll do 3 rounds from here. First one easy. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Extend the spine as you inhale. Look forward. Step back as you exhale. Lower down, knees first, and then chest, then chin. That's the easiest way to go down. Gentle cobra pose. Never too deep in the spine. And then downward facing dog. Flip it. Flip the toes. And then downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Good, and then up on the toes, walk softly, or you could jump forward. Extend that spine as you inhale, look forward, fold down as you exhale, drop the head all the way up. Nice big inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. 2 more, arms up again. Inhale, folding down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine, inhale. Step back or jump. Chaturanga, and then upward facing dog. Gently pull the shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Remember, you can always choose the easier version of that. That's totally fine. Fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. And then up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Extend that spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale, all the way up. Nice big inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. Arms up again, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Extend as you inhale. Step or jump back. Exhale. Roll over the toes, inhale. If you wanted to work a little harder, you got the extra chaturanga there. Downward facing dog. Right away, right leg up behind you. Today we can open the hip, bend the knee, get a side stretch, breathe. Good. Square the hips from there, shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong. Lift it, back and up. Forward knee to the left side. Twist and squeeze, abdomen strong. Lift it, back and up, and then forward up to your right side. Hold it, back and up. Forward, all the way forward. If you have blocks, you can grab them. You don't need them. If you don't have them, it doesn't matter. You can just have them. You have your fingertips down. And then we do this hip hamstring stretch. Straighten the leg, bend the knee, sink in. Straighten the leg, bend the knee, sink in. Since we're going to do some deep holds, we're going to do about 5 of these right now. Inhale, exhale. So 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Turn that back foot flat down. Come up to warrior 1. Hold warrior 1, arms up, shoulders relaxed, hips forward, breathe. Yesterday, nothing. I did nothing yesterday all day. No activity. That's what I mean by that, no activity. From here, clasp the hands behind you, interlace the fingertips. Lift the upper body up, shoulders back, drop the head back, breathe deep. One more inhale, and then fold down as you exhale. I think it's important to have a day with your family. You just don't do anything. I mean, that might change when the kids are, not happy, jumping around on the couch. They're like, Dad, let's go outside. 1 more breath, stretch. Come on back up, warrior 1, inhale. In which case I'll be ready to go outside. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa. I'm an older dad, so part of the reason I do this is to stay in shape for these kids. Down To me. Left leg up behind you. Open up the hip, bend the knee, get a little side stretch. I'm busy. Don't call me. Good, breathe. Oh, should feel good, right? You want to find the spot that feels like a really good stretch. And then square the hips from there, shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong, hold it, lift it, back and up, forward knee to your right, same thing, hold it, back and up, forward up to the left, hold it, and back and up, all the way forward, stay here. And then maybe blocks, maybe not, straighten the front leg, flex the foot, bend the knee, drop the hips, sink them down. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Keep it going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Couple more. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good. Turn the back foot flat right away. Warrior one. We're going to do some deeper holds toward the end. Arms up, shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. It's funny how life changes, right? I was thinking about that. Normally, Sundays used to be my big exercise day. Sunday, because I would teach Saturday. Sunday, I'd go out for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Clasp the hands back, interlace the fingertips, lift the upper body up, shoulders pull back, drop the head back, breathe. One more big inhale, and then fold down as you exhale. Drop the head, stretch, really strong back leg, sink down. Good. And then come on back up, warrior one, inhale. Hands down to the floor, exhale. Leg back, lower. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Pause here, breathe. Go through a few sort of, I have an idea. That's a good idea. We'll do single, double, triple round through. Come up on the toes when you're ready. Walk softly to the hands. Extend that spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Chair pose. Let's hold it. Bend the knees. Reach the arms. We'll do a 30-second hold here. Yeah, just this used to hurt the knee. I could feel a little swelling, a little pressure. I don't feel any of that. It's good. That means I'm running again. That's what that means. And I get giddy. I get giddy when I get to go for runs. Sink a little bit lower. Take a nice big inhale. And then stand, hands together at the heart, exhale. And I think I'm actually going to go for a swim this week too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Excuse me, big full breath. Single round, then a double round, then a triple round. Through sun salutation B. Chair pose first. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Halfway up. Inhale. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog gently. Down dog. Right leg first. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach up. Inhale. Hands down. Leg back, vinyasa, lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog, left side, take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up, inhale. Hands down. Leg back, lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hold it, breathe. Good, up on the toes again. Walk her lightly, hop forward. Extend that spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Chair pose again from there. Inhale. Stand. Hands together at the heart. Exhale. Big full breath. Back to chair. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Halfway up. Inhale. Step back or jump. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Maybe chaturanga again. Down dog. Right leg. First time. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach up. Inhale. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa. Lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Left side. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach up. Inhale. Hands down. Leg back. Lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hold it here. Breathe. Oh, second time. Sorry, second time. Right leg up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach up. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa. Lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Left side. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Inhale. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa. Lower. Up. Back. Down dog. Hold and breathe. Lifting the tailbone, extending the shoulders, breathing deep, gently pressing the thighs back, heels down, breath smooth. Up on the toes, walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Stand, hands together at the heart, exhale. Big full breath. Back to chair, inhale. 3 times through each leg, fold down, exhale. Extend the spine, inhale, step or jump. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, maybe chaturanga again. If you want to work harder, down dog, right side, first time, take it up. Bring it forward, back foot flat, warrior one. Reaching up, hands down, leg back, vinyasa, lower. Upward facing dog, down dog, left side, take it up. Bring it forward, warrior one, reach up. Hands down, leg back, lower. Inhale, exhale. Second time, right leg up. And bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa. Good, left side. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa. One more time, maybe extra chaturanga. Right leg as you're ready. Inhale, bring it forward as you exhale. Warrior one, stretch. So this is, in my opinion, vinyasa, back to down dog, left side. One of the most beautiful, potent, arms up, warrior one sequences in life, really. Physically, it just gives you strength, flexibility. Downward facing dog, that was 3 times. Hold it and breathe. So 3 times in a row is hard. A few breaths here just to feel what it feels like after you did that. How's your breathing? How's your body feel? One more breath. Good. Drop to the knees from here. This time you can tuck the toes, sit back on the heels. Do that first. I'm just gonna see this. See, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Because that gives more space for my knee. I can sit back on the heels here. Feels good. I'm leaning a little bit to my left. But I want you to tuck the toes, sit back on the heels. If this is too much for your feet, then you gotta just come up onto the knees like this. Keep the toes tucked because you're still getting a stretch. And if this is too much for you, then you'll definitely feel the stretch on the knees. And then a little shoulder, so we're gonna time this. Say no longer than a minute. It's a long time for these feet to be stretching. Interlace the fingertips, turn the palms forward, reach the arms up, right into our first kind of longer hold. If at any point it starts to get too much, you just come up out of it, take a breath, wiggle your toes, which we're all gonna do in 45 seconds or so. Here, lifting the arms up, leaning back. So one of the things I think that we avoid doing a lot is sitting still, obviously. I think in our world, right? Especially with all the distractions from all the technology. But just sitting still in our own mind and in our own body with a little bit of pain. And I was talking over the weekend to some friends. You have, that's almost a minute. Look at that. 2 more breaths. Sit up nice and tall. Lean back. 1 more inhale. And then slowly come forward. Lift the feet, what used to be your toes. Wiggle them. Wiggle those things back there, whatever they are now. They're stiff, right? Good, so now you're gonna point the toes back, sit back down onto the heels. I just need to check my knee on this one. If that feels okay, I'm gonna sit there. It feels fine, but I feel like for longer than a minute it wouldn't be good. So we're gonna skip it today. But downward facing dog from there. Go ahead and take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down, give it a big stretch. And then switch sides and stretch. So we're gonna start off with some longer holds. This is kind of sort of inspired by a concept called tapas. And tapas in Spain is small plates, right? It's like little plates, little appetizers, right? In yoga, it's not exactly it. Right leg up, bring it forward. Warrior 1 first, and then warrior 2. So we're gonna hold warrior 2. I'm gonna set my timer here. All right, we're gonna go 90 seconds in warrior 2. 90 seconds is longer than our typical hold, which could be anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute usually. So 90 seconds gets you down to a little bit of a deeper spot. I want you to kind of hold this here and breathe. Shoulders relaxed, gazing forward, breathing deep. First, you're gonna feel like, oh, whoa, 90 seconds maybe. I don't know, that's too much. And it might be too much, but you don't know unless you try. And this is part of the endurance, those of you that are paying attention to my endurance chats. It's so much about understanding the mind, how your mind works, and how to act based on what your mind tells you. And oftentimes it's smart. The mind tells you, whoa, that fire is hot. Don't stick your hand in it. Like, that's a good message from your mind. But oftentimes the mind will tell you something that might not necessarily be the wisest thing, and then maybe you can get a bigger benefit from holding off just a little bit. Fire, not one of those things. Warrior 2, maybe. 20 more seconds. Sink a little bit lower, breathe. We'll straighten the leg. 20 seconds. But it's having a discussion about heat and heat training, because it was 110 degrees at my house. Or right near my house, 108 degrees at my house. Sink a little lower, 1 more inhale, and that's 90 seconds. Push the leg straight, not so bad. Step the back foot forward a little bit, triangle pose. Right hand down to the shin, and maybe eventually the ankle. And it's not like I'm suffering outside in the heat in 108, 110 degrees, but just 85, 90, go for a run, 85, 90 degrees, and it's hot, and it hurts. But the thing is, and there's actually science behind this that shows that your hematocrit will change because your body has this amazing thermostat regulator that cools down your core temperature. Open up a few more breaths. And so when you go out and train in the heat, your body finds its normal, so to speak, and it changes things. But what that does is it increases the hematocrit in your body, which is more oxygen in your blood, which allows you to perform better. So one more inhale, open up. Oh, good. And then back to warrior two. So if you step the back foot a little closer, step it back. Warrior two, breathe, hold it again. 30 seconds, just 30 seconds. But the idea, the overarching idea of putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, whether that's a longer yoga pose, whether it's sitting in meditation for a longer period of time, whether it's biking that extra few miles or running the extra few miles, whatever it is, find it for you. Push yourself a little bit more. Sink lower, one more inhale, and then let it go. Hands down and move slow. Take the leg back. Vinyasa, you could even go all the way to the mat. All right? Take the recovery vinyasa, and then downward facing dog. Left side. Well, first, bend your left leg, push the right heel down, give it a nice big stretch. And the thing is, when you stretch your limits, then your normal feels way more comfortable. Right? There's so many people in the world that just are aggravated. Take the left leg up, bring it forward. Turn the back foot flat, warrior one, and then warrior two. My mom's a perfect example, sadly. May she rest in peace. She's been gone for 15 years. She died in 2005, October 2005, so that's 15 years coming up on. Sad. But toward the last decade of her life, she didn't really do much to push herself because she just had so much pain. And I would try to encourage her, Mom, you got to do something. You got to move your arm. She's like, oh, but it hurts. I can't. And I'm sure it did hurt, right? I can't. You know, she took lots of prescription drugs but I was just trying to get her to move, and the whole idea was that if you move, if you push a little bit beyond what the comfort zone, you're going to create a bigger comfort zone, and that's part of the idea. Part of the idea is create a bigger comfort zone for yourself. How do you do that? Well, you got to push what's comfortable. You got to do what's uncomfortable a little bit more frequently. And then you start to train yourself. Then something comes along. You go, oh, I can handle this. Pandemic? No problem. I can handle this. Not a big deal at all. Because you know you've been training for that time that's uncomfortable. Sink a little bit lower, lean back, breathe deep. Lack of sleep? No problem. Also, it helps you handle stress better. You got 7 seconds. Sink a little bit lower. We'll straighten the leg. Breathe deep. 3, 2, 1. Push the leg straight. Back foot an inch closer. Triangle pose. About a minute. Hold and breathe. Lean back, lift up, stretch. So part of the yin practice, which we're getting to momentarily, is holding these poses for a long time. And today we're going to focus on holding them without moving. So you're going to get to a spot, breathe, and then maybe you open a little bit, go deeper into the pose, but don't come out of the pose unless you absolutely have to. A few more breaths here. Good, then bend that front leg, come forward, And sink down a little bit, 30 seconds here. So you notice that hip action, right? The leg and hip act, that's just kind of setting my hips into the pose. Shoulders relaxed, gazing forward, breathing deeply. Good, sink a little bit lower, one more inhale. And let it go. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa lower. Remember, recovery vinyasa. If you want, gentle inhale, and then down dog, exhale. You can go back the easy way, hands and feet, and then tuck the toes. From here, bend your right leg, push that left heel down. Give it a big, big stretch. All right, come on down. We're going to move right to frog pose. Right to frog pose. So you're going to come down, turn to the side, and we're going to take, you're going to flip the mat. So if you flip the mat here like this, we're going to take frog pose. I'm going to do solid 3 minutes in frog. So knees wide. I'm going to set the timer, feet apart. And here we are, frog pose. So the idea, get the knees as wide as you can, gently push those hips back. Gently pushing the hips back and breathe. So again, I want you to get to the point that's slightly uncomfortable. If you're not there, get the knees wider and then start to press the hips back deeper and breathe. Make sure your face stays relaxed. Make sure your jaw stays relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your fingertips. Make sure you're in a stretch the whole time, so avoid coming forward, but it doesn't have to be a deep stretch. I don't want you to be in such a deep stretch that you force yourself out of it or start to tense up. So I don't want you to tense up at all. 1 minute so far. And breathe. Approaching 2 minutes. So the breath, the reason I didn't say anything, I wanted you to see if you could hear that breath. You may or may not have heard the Ujjayi breath. But notice for almost a minute, I basically took 3 breaths. 3 breaths and a quarter. But the idea is to get into that place where it's kind of just totally meditative, where you're focused, present, breathing, encouraging the healing in your body. Time goes by so much faster. We have 20 seconds to go. That's it. Breathe. Push back a little more, kind of optimize. So now you can sort of ramp it up a little bit, sprint to the finish line, but in a yin yoga style way. A few more breaths. Okay, 3 minutes. Now, slowly come out. Oh, this is the trick. Slow, 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 slow. Come out of that. And then we're going to go back to child's pose. One leg at a time, straighten. Oh, goodness. Straighten the other leg. And then back over to child's pose here. And breathe. Child's pose just for a moment. Make sure everything's okay. Take a few breaths. Reset my timer. We're going to go into a lunge. Come on up. Step the right leg forward. If you need some padding on the back of the mat, then flip it and double up the back of your mat there. Come on up. Timer begins now. We're going to do, let's say, 2.5 minutes here. Excuse me. The first minute and a half will be like this. The second minute will be grabbing the foot and dropping the quadricep down. So you can not do that and just, you can just stay here. Oh, excuse me. I'll tell you if you've been watching these for a little while, and taking class with me here, for the first 100 classes, I was strong, felt great, couldn't believe it, and then I thought, yeah, wow, what does 100 classes do? It gives me this force field, right? And then literally like that week, my back had trouble, my knee had trouble, so much for my force field, it went out the window. But then, I nurtured it slowly, did what I could to heal it, and these weren't like big injuries at all. They were just little things that I was aware of, and I made a mistake. I bent down too quickly in one for my knee. I forget how my back got tweaked, maybe just kind of overused too many vinyasas. Now take this left arm up, lift up, lean back. But now that my back is healed, knee is kind of 98% healed, it feels so good to be on the other side and to come out of that. So if you have an injury now or something that's kind of plaguing you or fatiguing you, just trust. I ask you, I beg of you, to just trust that you will, with the right action, come out on the other side. So I don't know whether you were hit by a deer on a bike or fell trail running downhill like me last time. Funny, right? That trail run crash. One more inhale, lean back. Virtually, I still have a little scab here and a little cut on my leg, but really otherwise no injury at all. So now you're going to grab this foot. So right hand grabs the left foot if you can from here. We're going to be about a minute here in the quadricep. So just kind of sink down and stretch. Oh, this is deep, deep, deep quadricep. But this is going to help not only open up our quads, obviously, but hip flexor and lower back too. So just breathe and soften. If it's too much, then just stay in that lunge. That's fine, stay in the lunge. But the point is to just make sure that you trust that your body will come back. And of course, everybody's different. So some people actually need surgery, Some people just have injuries, and some people are hypochondriacs and just make up stuff. Make up injuries. Well, hopefully you're not one of those people. Sinking down, breathing deep, few more breaths. Good. Last breath. Good. And then release it. We're going to switch sides right away. So just go ahead and come on back. Switch sides, opposite leg. Knee down first, our lunge. Come forward, reset the timer, begin. This was almost 2.5 minutes here. So shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. And by the way, excuse me. If you don't use your body, you might not have issues to deal with, right? It's those of us that actually, get out there and kind of utilize what we've been given and push it to the test. There's going to be stuff that's going to come up, foot stuff, knee stuff, shoulder stuff, hip stuff, neck stuff, back stuff, right? But it's just part of the journey. And I think that one of my first teachers, Sarah Powers, actually, incredibly sweet, beautiful woman and family, she said, injuries are our best teachers. And I thought, what? That's crazy. I hate it when I get an injury. I can't stand it. It messes with my head. But I understood what she meant, and it's, I still battle with this on a regular basis. Now go ahead and take that arm up. So right arm up and lean back. Because I get an injury and I'm like, oh my God, I can't function, right? Like there's a thing called the man flu. I don't know if you know about the man flu. Anytime a guy gets a cold or like a sniffle or something like that, then he's like down for the count. And I heard this man flu comment. I laughed so hard. It was so funny because it's true. I mean, I get like the smallest thing, like, oh my God, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I handle it, but I'm like such a drama king. One more. Inhale, reach up, lean back. I can suffer with the best of them, but I'm also a bit of a drama queen. Go ahead now, reach back. If you're gonna do this, lift up, lean back. But the point is that you gotta expect, if you're gonna bang your body around, you gotta expect it to get nicked a little while, right? Look at anything that you have, you can't have it for a certain amount of years without it being banged and bruised, and if you're using it on a regular basis. So that's just part of it. Just part of it is allowing yourself to use what you've been given, but also, maintain it and heal it. Sinking that quadricep down a little bit more. A few more breaths. I can't quite see the timer. Oh yeah, we got 20 seconds. Breathe. Good. Release it. Let it go. We're going to head back to downward facing dog. Easy. Downward facing dog. Take a moment. Bend the left leg, push the right heel down. Nice big stretch. Remember, hold it for a few moments. And switch sides, same thing, hold. Good. Then pigeon pose, right here. A few breaths. Yeah, and we're gonna just go this time, just about a minute or so. Let's say 90 seconds on each side in pigeon. So normally I'd like to hold this for 2, 3, 4 minutes when we're doing a deep hold stretch, but we did those other ones. It's amazing, right? We did just a few poses and totally changes your body. If you don't feel that yet, you will after. But something good to do on a regular basis. So that's why Mondays are our Yoga for Runners. We bring in the Malibu Half Marathon community, and we end with some deep holds and yin. This was a little bit more than normal, but restoration. We can all use some restoration about now. Never get this many calls. 30 seconds. I think it's a lot of spam callers. few more breaths. All right. And then switch sides. Same thing, other side. Yeah. So let's see. Regarding the Malibu half marathon, 5K, and 50-mile November, again, because of the whole pandemic, and we haven't had babysitters to help Lauren, so I've been helping where I can, so that's limited my time. And the difference between having one child and having two children is like night and day. One child, you can sort of handle. Two is like, and I'm sure three is the same, but so to avoid her having a nervous breakdown and our family totally disintegrating, I decided to, run less and exercise less and help out more, right? I think that's the right thing to do. But anyway, I think we're kind of getting a little bit. Liam's turning a year on Sunday, and he's sleeping more through the night, which is good. And so I'm definitely planning on getting some of my recreation time back, which will be fun and exciting. So assuming that I'll have a little bit more time, enough to build to 50 miles for November, how would I go about that? Well, I'd try to get at least 40 in, like this would be the easy way, 40 in October, 30 in September. Simple as that, right? Go ahead and come on up from there. Well, we're in August, we're approaching September, so I'm gonna look at what I've done. Come on up. Shake the legs forward. We're just gonna do a forward bend, about a minute or so, arms up. And then fall down. About a minute or so here. But sort of look, really, excuse me, I've only been running, 2 or 3 times a week for the last couple months, and they've been short runs, really, like 3 miles, because I've been running up that thing. So 2 or 3 miles. So let's just say 5 miles a week times 4 is 20 miles. I'm pretty close already to my 30 for September. So that won't be very hard. And then all I got to do is maybe 2 more 5-mile runs, and whammo, then I'm there. So not a big deal for September. But my goal is going to be to see if I can ramp up higher. So I'll set a goal. If any of you want to join me, then let me know and we'll do this. But let's say 35. We'll sort of meet in the middle. 35 miles for September. All right? If that's 4 weeks, what's that? 36 would be 9 miles a week. 9 and 9 is 18, 18 and 36. So we have to do 9 miles a week to get to 35, to surpass 35 miles for September. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. That's going to be my goal, and then I'll shoot for 45 to 50 in October so that I'm ready, no problem, for my 50 in November, and maybe even ramp it up a little bit more. Go ahead and lie back, pause. Pause, we're not going to do the inversion, so just lie back and hold. Pause. Allow your back to just reset itself there. Good. Now pull the right knee in, give it a good squeeze in. Roll to the left side, easy twist. Good. And then switch sides. Same thing. Pulling that left knee in. Roll to the right side, a little twist. Good. Back to the center. Shavasana, final rest. Feet flop open, arms out to the side, eyes closed. We'll just take a few minutes here. A couple minutes or a little bit later. Deep breath. Totally relax. Okay. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your heart center, right hand to your belly. Just pause for a moment. Bend the knees from there. Roll to your right side. Easy. And then up to a seat, a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, palms up, eyes closed, couple breaths. Remember honing and developing that sense of peace and calmness and tranquility and joy and contentment inside. Palms together from there. Take a moment of gratitude. Namaste. Namaste, friends. Thank you very much for joining me today on this lovely Monday, unless you're watching this on Tuesday or some other time or day. But thanks so much, very much appreciated. Remember, pay for your class, donate if you can, and if not, no worries. And also support your local businesses during this tough time for a lot of folks. And stay safe, stay healthy. And speaking of staying healthy, in the next couple of days, if you're watching this now, today, I will be going live and on my Conscious Endurance weekly talks. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do that. youtube.com/TeddyMcDonald1. But the Conscious Endurance talks are all about nutrition for the next 2 weeks. We're going to talk about endurance nutrition, which goes into all kinds of different stuff. So I hope you join me for that. And of course, other days. And I'll also post a link to the Zoom things, so you can join us for yoga tomorrow. Thanks, you guys. I will see you